Brought to you by the new Pharaoh's Lounge Kickstarter. And a recent win in the Lions-Bills game that I will still show off until DraftKings takes it down. Let's get that bankroll up. We are in the trenches. The 1 o'clock games, the 4 o'clock games. Of course, we made our big lineups for the Sunday night and Monday night games going after that six-figure payout. But while we master our lineup construction, the 20 realms, we got to do it in the 20s too, my friend. George Washington needs love too. Let's do it the way we like to do it. We like to run all the best cards up top and then take away from the deficit. We like to do it the opposite of the way we always do it, which is just add first. We're going to add it all in at a maximum and then start taking away. Last night you were in my room. Now my bed sheets smell like poo. Where's Joe Flacco? Oh, fuck off. Now we gotta fix this. Hang on 1 second. Because no, we can go with this. We can go with this and change accordingly. No shit. Fuck your loving mother. Zach Wilson. You gotta read all the reports. See the names that pop up the most. And if they want to put Mike White and fucking Joe Flacco and everybody else and his mother in here, and we will fix it accordingly. Right, Mike White. Maybe we read that he's got a short leash. Maybe. Trevor Simeon. Michael Katia. With the fucking 4,000 quarterbacks up top. It's always a pain in the ass, but. Hey, we play in the game with the cards we're dealt and figure out a way to turn those cards into winners. I know it sounds like a bad motivational meme, but sometimes that's the game we play. When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. Who didn't want to fuck Cersei? She ordered that dog to be killed, so I'm not a fan. I hate Cersei because of that. Protecting your kid, but you could have just let the dog run free. We really can't get into that right now, can we? No. Peterman, Strevulaire, no. We're not doing that shit. Conklin. And after Monsieur Conklin, the Jets D, which has been playing pretty damn good. And if Justin Fields is banged up, perhaps the Jets D is going to come through big. We won't know until we make the lineups, of course. This is how we make the lineups. Make the lineups. I got my credibility back because I got to win. I wasn't doing this because I just didn't feel like I was into it anymore. And then a big fucking win gets that bankroll juiced up again. Put your faith back in the fucking game. You know what I mean? Put your faith back in the game. Jairo Santos. Bears D. And finalmente, Denzel Mims. Now let's get started here. Our deficit goes from 4,300 all the way to 14,000. So we got to figure out how to get this deficit out of the way and still try to get the best fucking lineup. Justin Fields, the Bears elevated third string quarterback Nathan Peterman on Saturday, which would seem to signal Fields' eventual absence ahead of the Week 12 matchup. That sucks a dick. It's important to note the Bears did not rule Fields out as of now, but NFL teams typically do not carry three active quarterbacks on the game day roster. So this elevation is especially noteworthy. The dynamic dual threat quarterback was a limited participant in practice this week, but he should eventually be ruled inactive ahead of the 1 p.m. kickoff. Trevor Simeon would likely get the start. Oh, you cunt. Oh, that sucks. That's no good. Let's move this line up to the back of the line. Who was here? This was Denzel Mims. All right. Well, looks like we're gonna have to change some shit around here, aren't we? All right. All right. All right. What we got? David Montgomery rushed 17 times for 67 yards and a touchdown while catching all three of his targets for 54 yards in Sunday's loss to the Falcons. With Khalil Herbert on injured reserve, Montgomery operated as the workhorse in Chicago's backfield, though quarterback Justin Fields led the team in both rushing attempts and rushing yards. Fields ran in a 4-yard touchdown in the second quarter, but Montgomery scored one of his own from 2 yards out in the fourth to score, even tie the score 24 to 8:16 to go. Montgomery also led the Bears in receiving yards thanks to a 32-yard catch on the same drive as his rushing touchdown. Fields hurt his shoulder late in the game, and if the mobile quarterback is unavailable or limited as a result of the injury, Montgomery could get even more volume against the Jets in Week 12. All right, we know Montgomery's a keeper. We know Fields is not. Let's see what we got going on here. Zach Wilson. Head coach Robert Saleh confirmed Wednesday that Wilson will be a healthy and active for the weekend's game against the Bears as the Jets' third quarterback. After Wilson completed just 9 of 22 pass attempts for 77 yards in last week's 10-3 loss to the Patriots, Saleh was unwilling to commit to the number 2 overall pick in the 2021 draft, retaining the starting role. Saleh clarified his plans for Week 12 when he spoke to the media Wednesday, noting that Mike White will step in as the Jets' new starter, while Joe Flacco will serve as the number 2 quarterback. The Jets may be leaving the door open for Wilson to reclaim the starting role beyond Week 12, with Saleh noting that the young signal caller needs a reset. According to Allen, Saleh went on to say that Wilson is still viewed as the Jets' franchise signal caller, in spite of his rough start to his second season. Since debuting Week 4 after missing the Jets' first 3 contests while recovering from a whatever the fuck, and a bone bruise in his right knee, Wilson has completed just 55.6% of his passes for 6.8 yards per attempt and a 4-5 touchdown ratio over 7 games. That sucks. Menistectomy? Works for me. Got his ass. Mike White. Jets coach Robert Saleh announced Wednesday that White will start Sunday's game against the Bears. The decision sent Zach Wilson, the number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft, to the bench, with Saleh noting that Wilson needs a reset after a poor showing in last week's 10-3 loss to the Patriots. According to Eric Allen of the Jets' official site, Joe Flacco will serve as the number 2 option behind White, who becomes a fantasy option to consider in Week 12 for those 2 quarterback or superflex leagues who have been relying on Wilson or otherwise looking for the same signal caller depth. In his lone NFL regular season action in 2021, Mike made 4 appearances, 3 starts, and completed 67% of his 132 pass attempts with 953 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions, while losing 1 yard on 5 rushing attempts. Eesh. Flacco will serve as the top backup to starting quarterback Mike White in Sunday's game versus the Bears. Fuck. With Jets head coach Robert Saleh announcing Wednesday that incumbent starter Zach Wilson will be a healthy and active for Week 12, Flacco and White will both rise one spot on the depth chart for at least one game. Flacco started the first 3 games of the season, producing 901 passing yards with 5 touchdowns while throwing 3 interceptions. He's been active for the past 3 contests, however, with White usurping him in the pecking order. Oh, Flacco sucks. All right, I think we're going to be stripping this whole fucking thing down. Nothing on Trevor Siemian. Oh, yeah, I can't do it. So we got to go right to the look. Every one of these fucking top cards are useless. All the quarterback cards are useless. So start it over. Carter, Mooney, Komet, Wilson, Robinson. This is going to make for some creative fucking lineups because none of the quarterbacks are any good. Michael Carter rushed 8 times for 19 yards and caught one of 2 targets for -2 yards in Sunday's loss to New England. Carter ran for only 7 yards on 4 carries in the first half, but James Robinson mustered just 3 yards on 3 rushing attempts as New York's running game was bottled up. Things didn't get much better for either running back at halftime, as New York mustered only 59 rushing yards collectively, and a team-high 26 of those came from quarterback Zach Wilson. The entire Jets offense laid an egg in this one to drop to 6-4, but a bounce-back opportunity awaits in Week 12 at home against the 3-8 Bears. Darnell Mooney caught 4 of 5 targets at 29 yards and a touchdown in Sunday's loss to Atlanta. Mooney capped Chicago's first possession with a 16-yard touchdown catch. He got behind his defender deep downfield on the next drive, but Justin Fields overthrew the speedy wide receiver. Chicago went with a run-heavy approach the rest of the way, and Mooney actually finished with the team-high totals in targets and catches. Fields hurt his non-throwing shoulder late in the game, but even if the starting quarterback plays in Week 12 against the Jets, Mooney would be tough to trust against standout rookie corner Sauce Gardner. Ooh. One of those games, huh? Cole Kmet caught 3 or 4 targets, 35 yards in Sunday's loss to Atlanta. Kmet's first target resulted in one of those catches of the year, as he made a spectacular one-handed grab through the contact for a 24-yard gain. The tight end didn't make much of an impact the rest of the way, though, as the Bears finished with 41 runs and just 21 passes. Kmet failed to find the end zone after scoring 5 touchdowns over his previous 3 games, but he'll look to start a new touchdown streak when the Bears take on the Jets in Week 12. Yeah, the kid was hot. Garrett Wilson caught 2 of 3 targets at 12 yards and rushed once for no gain in what the loss to the Patriots. Both offenses struggled on a windy day in Foxborough, but New York's passing game was particularly ineffective as quarterback Zach Wilson completed only 9 of 22 passes for 77 yards. This was the second lowest yardage total of Wilson, the receiver's career, and it came just 3 weeks after the rookie first-round pick racked up a career-high 115 yards against the same opponent. New York's entire offense has nowhere to go but up in Week 12 against a far more generous Chicago defense. James Robinson rushed 7 times for 10 yards and wasn't targeted in the loss to New England. New York badly missed the big playability of Breece Hall, who's out for the season due to a torn ACL. Robinson's power inside of Michael Carter's speed can trouble weaker defenses such as Chicago unit the Jets will face in Week 12, but Hall brought elements prior to getting hurt. Since being brought in via trade from Jacksonville, Robinson has rushed for 75 yards on 25 attempts for the Jets, averaging exactly 3 yards per carry. Carter has 121 yards and a touchdown on 27 attempts over the same span after totaling 19 yards on 8 carries in this one. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, all we gotta do is drop one of these motherfuckers. So I'm thinking we drop Mooney. So for 2,500, we get N'Keal Harry. Not listed on Wednesday's injury report. Harry was a healthy scratch versus the Lions in Week 10 and missed Week 11 against Atlanta due to an illness, but it appears he's now available for the Bears if the team opts to deploy him Sunday versus the Jets. However, quarterback Justin Fields appears up in the air for Week 12, meaning if Harry is asked to suit up, he could be catching passes from Trevor Siemian. All right. He's definitely an option. Let's take a look at the bottom of the barrel. This could be about the kickers and the defense, you know? Let's take a look real quick because the Bears defense and the Jets defense. Before we start scooching the bottom of the barrel here. Holy shit, Jets D, man. Jets fucking defense. Look at this shit. 20, 28, 35, 55, 64, 76, 80, 82, 86 fucking points the Jets defense scored this year. What the fuck are we kidding here? Get the fuck in there. Fuck Michael Carter. Oof, problem is it Carter or Robinson? Because you got to take the Jets fucking defense. The Jets defense is insane. Although you got Montgomery in here, so maybe you want Montgomery to pop off. Use the Jets for the. Although a game like this, no. Again, you could play defense against the captain. So what's Robinson done since he's been here? Got that good game against Buffalo. Caught a passing touchdown. What about Carter? What did he do? What's Carter been up to lately? Again, same thing about Buffalo. You get 41 here, you get the Bears defense. This could be a double fucking defense game. Let's take a look at Zerline. Zerline connected on his lone field goal attempt from 45 yards out, and the Jets lost to the Patriots. Zerline's game-tying kick in the second quarter was originally from 40 yards. He aimed it outside the uprights, but the strong crossman blew it in between the goalposts. Unfortunately for Zerline, the Jets were whistled for a delay of game on the play, but the veteran kicker executed the same plan from 45 yards out to provide New York's only points of the afternoon. Zerline's likely to be busier in Week 12 when the Jets host the Bears. They make them both out of fucking reach, you cunts. We got Jets defense is insane. So what do we got here from Zerline? 14, 19, 31, 40, 48, 54, 64, shit, 72, 81, 85. Zerline's a fucking beast. Santos. Cairo Santos converted one of two field goal attempts and made 3 extra points, and the Bears lost to the Falcons on Sunday. Santos missed an attempt from outside 55 yards, coming up just short. He has exactly 1 field goal in each of his last 4 games, and although he had a few big games early in the season, he's not a consistent fantasy option. Yeesh. Still, 13, 19, 24, 34, 42, 43. What the fuck are they talking about? 53, 58, 68, 72, 77, 70 fucking 8 points this guy has. The fuck are they talking about? Bears D has not been showing up. They did a long time ago. So what if you take out the Jets D? I say you go with Robinson, right? Put in the Jets D and you take out Cole Kmet because you already got Montgomery up there. You got 47 left. You can get Zerline. Fuck yeah. 1-5 fucking game. Bang! Now I like that. That I like. When you're talking to yourself and nobody's home. Alright, this whole thing is chopped. That down here. Who's the captain here? N'Keal Harry. So who comes after N'Keal Harry? Fucking bother me. Call me later. Now my bed sheets smell like poo. Last night you were in my room. Travis Ebner. Could Travis Ebner end up being a fucking captain? Carter, Mooney, Komet, Wilson. And shit, it fits. Let's continue on. Mike White, if he's the starter, we got to give him a shot. Get rid of all this fucking chum bait. And start building from here. Mooney, Komet, Wilson. So now we need to get 6,700 back. This is going to be as fucking hard. This is so many guys ranked down the list here. But are these the motherfuckers that are going to be showing up? Because we got Mike White in here, so we could probably ditch Mooney. At 17. You got Barrios, but let's see what's going on here. We might have to move some fucking things around here. Because I don't have the greatest of confidence in one Trevor Siemian. Kenny Yeboah has been deemed doubtful to play Sunday against the Bears. Yeboah popped up with a calf issue on the Jets injury report last Friday, leaving him sidelined for the first time this season against the Patriots in Week 7. The tight end then failed to practice at all Week 12, and he appears set to remain out Sunday versus Chicago. As a result, expect Jeremy Ruckert to step up as the Jets' third-string tight end behind Tyler Conklin and C.J. Uzoma. Zonovan the Knight. Deontay Spencer. Doris. Darrington Evans reverted to the practice squad. All right, well, enjoy yourself there, pal. Patrick Scales. Chase Allen. Tarek Black. Irvin Charles. Kari Blazengam. Nick Baudet. All right, we keep going. See if there's any sleepers sitting down here. Jeff Smith, old news. Byron Pringle, one pass, 12 yards, 31 lost to the Lions. He played in 3 games this season, but he's yet to have more than 1 catch in a game. Unless his role increases, he'll remain a risky fantasy option. Go blow a fucking goat, Byron fucking Pringle. CJ was oh God, remember this guy was a captain of a line, almost won me 500,000 fucking dollars, but now nothing. He's sitting there playing with his dick. Uzoma caught all 3 of his targets for 16 yards in the win over the Bills. Uzoma set a new season high with 3 receptions and actually saw 1 more target than fellow Jets tight end Tyler Conklin. But this performance still didn't move the needle much in fantasy. Look for Uzoma to continue focusing primarily on block. Fuck you. That's why there's nothing on him. Velas. Velas Jones is listed as active for Sunday's game against the Falcons. Jones was sidelined during both the Bears' last 2 games due to a coach's decision, but now he's slated to return to action this weekend and serve as Chicago's primary kick and punt returner, with Khalil Herbert landing on injury reserve. All right, good to know. Good to know. We love those kick returners. They run one back, you win. Dante Pettis caught 1 pass for 9 yards and rushed once for 8 yards, and the Bears lost to the Lions on Sunday. Pettis has exactly 1 target in 3 of Chicago's last 4 games, and he hasn't surpassed 18 scrimmage yards in any of his last 3 contests. With 125 receiving yards since week 2, his lack of upside compared to his low scoring floor makes him hard to rely on when setting fantasy lineups. The Brees. The Brees is lease. Jeremy Ruckert. Hey, fucking Jakey Tongues, alright? Jake Tongues. Signed to the fucking practice squad. Enjoy yourself. Khalil Herbert. Oof. Bears head coach Matt Eberflus said Wednesday that he doesn't believe Herbert is dealing with a season-ending injury. The Bears placed Herbert on injured reserve Tuesday after the running back was forced out of Sunday's loss to the Lions after he suffered the injury and the question on his final kick return of the day. The move to IR makes Herbert ineligible to play until Week 16, but Eberflus is apparently hopeful that the running back can make it back to action at some point during the final 3 weeks of the season. While Herbert is out of commission, top back David Montgomery stands to see increased opportunities, and Tristan Ebner should step up as his top backup, starting with Sunday's game at Atlanta. All right, that's what he wanted to read. Samis Reyes. We just miss Ebner if we keep it like this, but I doubt we will. Ronnie Adams. Nashimba. Traven Wesco. Targeted once but didn't receive a reception, and the Bears lost to the Lions on Sunday. Wesco has been targeted 3 times this season, catching 1 pass for 23 yards. He's mostly used as a blocker, so unless his role changes, he won't likely be a viable fantasy option. Ryan Griffin. Ty Johnson rushed 4 times for 4 yards and didn't catch his only target in Sunday's loss to the Patriots. The running back trio of Michael Carter, James Robinson, and Johnson combined for 33 rushing yards on 19 carries. So Johnson wasn't alone in his inability to get going on the ground. Limited to a depth role in a sputtering Jets offense, Johnson's unlikely to garner much fantasy consideration in Week 12, even with the shaky Bears defense in town. Fuck your mother. Braxton Berrios didn't catch his only target in Sunday's loss to New England. Berrios added a 21-yard kick return and 9 yards on 2 punt returns. He narrowly avoided disaster when he muffed a punt with less than 2 minutes remaining and the game tied at 3. But Berrios' fumble rolled out of bounds. It turned out to be the only matter of time until disaster struck on special teams for the Jets, as New England scored the game-winning touchdown on a punt return in the final minute. Berrios has played more on special teams than offensive late, and though it's worth noting that the Jets' Week 12 opponent will be a Bears team that just allowed a kickoff return touchdown to Atlanta's Cordell Patterson. You read something like that, it's like you got to take it. Take it. Keep Komet in there. Keep Montgomery in there. Keep Garrett. You scum-sucking cunt. Ugh. Who had to go? It was Mooney, right? Yes. We have Barrios. I tell you something, Mike White's used to working with his fucking secondary unit guys. Again, this one's garbage. Get rid of Flacco. I'm gonna rip it up. Boom, 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 boom. All right, comes after Tristan Ebner. Braxton Berrios. Fairy tales can come true. It could happen to you. Trevor Simeon, you got to give him at least one starting game. And get rid of all these motherfuckers. Carter, Looney, Komet, Wilson. Keep Mooney. Who are we ditching here? Either Carter. Oh, Carter probably. Let's keep Garrett Wilson. Let's ditch it, Carter. And N'Keal Harry. Harry was a healthy scratch. We read this already. But is he the guy we want? Or do we want Tristan Ebner? Rushed 8 times for 6 yards, and the Bears lost to the Falcons on Sunday. Although the Bears ran the ball 41 times, 35 of those carries went to David Montgomery and Justin Fields, leaving just a small number of touches for Ebner. It would appear that Ebner will see a limited number of touches while Khalil Herbert spends time on injured reserve. However, should there be any games that are decided early, Ebner could be a candidate to see significant work in those late game situations. Get your ass in the lineup, pal. That's all I needed to fucking read. Slaughter stack, motherfucker. Michael Carter. All right, let's get rid of all these guys. Get rid of White, get rid of Flacco. What do we got? Mooney, Komet, Wilson, Robinson. Got to get 47 back. So Mooney becomes the sacrificial lamb, leaving us with 3 Gs. Was Denzel Mims worth it? Head coach Robert Saleh said Friday that Mims will remain active for Sunday's game against the Bears, even with Corey Davis set to rejoin the lineup. While Corey Davis missed each of the New York's previous 3 games, Mims subsequently moved up the depth chart and recorded 5 receptions for 123 yards in that span. Now that Davis is in line to return week 12, Mims will likely see his opportunities take a hit, but the 25-year-old looks like he won't fall out of the game plan entirely. Expect him to serve as the top backup option on the perimeter behind Davis and Garrett Wilson, while Elijah Moore and Braxton Berrios handle slot receiver duties for the Jets. Mims. That boy knows what it's like to work with Mike White. He's ready. Running a lot of naked lineups here, ladies and gentlemen. We're running lineups without any quarterbacks. I don't trust Simeon. I don't trust Mike White. So we're just going to be loading these lineups up with weapons until they don't let us anymore. Mooney's already in the captain spot, so we're going to sacrifice Michael Carter for 4 Gs and back him up with the Bears D to get poor Mike White. I'm trying to tell a story here. Cold Komet. Get rid of Wilson, White, Flacco. See, I no good here. Carter, Mooney, Wilson, Robinson. 43 left. Who we cut? Keep Komet. We'll keep Mooney. We're going to cut Carter for Santos. So Bears domination. Garrett Wilson. All right. So again, we cut the fat, cut White, cut Flacco, cut all these motherfuckers. Pick it up at Carter, Mooney, Komet, Robinson. Then we cut Carter for Zerline. See how we move fast? We're moving it. We're moving right through it, cutting through it like a fucking knife. It's like speed chess, motherfucker. Robinson. Right. Again, trim it all off. Trim it all off here. Catch it up here. Carter, Mooney, Komet, Wilson. And we already got Robinson. We spell him with Carter, so we're going to lose Mooney. Does that get us Zerline? It does. Right. Corey Davis doesn't carry injury designation at the Sunday's game against the Bears. Davis practiced fully all week, putting him in position to suit up for the first time since week 7. Prior to getting hurt, Davis caught 19 to 34 targets at 351 yards and 2 touchdowns in 7 appearances. He'll be catching passes this week from Mike White, who will be making his season debut under center in place of the benched Zach Wilson. Let him have Mike White for this one. Or fuck it. Keep with the plan. At some point, they're going to be able to fit. Mooney. Elijah Moore. Caught 2 of 4 targets for 17 yards in Sunday's loss to the Patriots. Moore made his consecutive catches of 13 and 4 yards in the 2-minute drill late in the first half, but that was the extent of his involvement on the offense. He was the last player to touch the ball in the loss, making his curious decision to run out of bounds after a 9-yard kickoff return with no time on the clock. Moore's first 2 catches since Week 5 represent a small step in the right direction for the wide receiver, heading to a Week 12 home game against the Bears. I still want Zerline. You fucking cunt. Oh, you fucking cunt. Oh, you're such cunts when you pull that reserve shit on me. I hate you. I fucking want to punch your fucking lights out. Carter, Mooney, commit. I gotta fucking do this dance with you every fucking time. Zerline. Conklin. We already read about Mr. Conklin. Zerline. White. Flacco. But Conklin's a blocker, man. That's a waste of. Ah, shit. Oh, no, he's not the blocker. Did we read about Conklin? Fuck it. Tyler Conklin caught 2 of 3 targets for 15 yards in Sunday's loss to the Patriots. Quarterback Zach Wilson threw for just 77 yards, so Conklin was far from the only Jets skill position player to put forth an underwhelming performance in this one. The 27-year-old tight end has 35 catches with 331 yards through 10 games with the Jets. In Week 12, he'll face a Bears team that held Conklin to his 2 lowest yardage totals of the season when he was with the Vikings last year. All right, well, you get one captain shot to fucking do it for me, buddy. Take out Mooney with battling Sauce Gardner and get that Jets D in there. Jets D. Cut all this fit, cut all this fit, cut all this fit. Johnson, Mooney, commit. Wilson. Lose Mooney for Corey Davis, huh? What do you want to do, Jets D? You already got Garrett Wilson. Oh, Jets D is the fucking captain. I think we want to get Robinson in here. So let's lose commit. What's going on with Claypool over here? Chase Claypool caught 2 passes on 3 targets for 11 yards, and the Bears lost to the Falcons on Sunday. In the 3 games in Chicago, Claypool has 5 catches for 32 yards, and he has only 5 targets over the last 2 weeks. With Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet seeming to be bigger priorities in the Bears' low-volume passing attack, Claypool remains a risky fantasy option. What about Equanimous St. Brown? Caught 2 passes for 24 yards, and the Bears lost to the Falcons on Sunday. St. Brown surpassed 25 yards on just 2 occasions this season, and he hasn't scored a touchdown since week 1. Unless his role changes, he'll be a fantasy option with both a low floor and a ceiling each week. Corey Davis. Then this is a slaughter stack. Oh yeah, let it be a fucking slaughter stack then. Well, no, fuck it. Get Zerline. What the fuck am I doing? Just leave the money on the table. You can leave 3 G's on the table for this one. When the deal is done. Speak of the devil, huh? Chase Claypool. Get all this fat. Let's get Carter, Mooney, Komet, Wilson. Oh, we always just miss to be able to fit them. So we could drop Carter or we could drop Mooney. You just miss Robinson if you drop Mooney, but if you drop Carter, you get Robinson. So let's do that. Even swap. Swapping out the running backs. All right. Equanimous St. Brown. Get rid of Wilson, White, Flacco, Carter, Mooney, commit, Wilson. I'm going to pull Mooney for Robinson. Got Zerline. Let's get rid of Flacco, White, Wilson. Carter, Mooney, commit, Wilson. Holy shit, they all fit. Do it! Top of the deck, motherfucker. Top of the deck. Fields, Wilson, White, Flacco, get him out of here. Carter, Mooney, commit, Wilson. Look how it fits. Look how it fits so beautifully. Bears D. Oh, that should be interesting. Wilson, White, Flacco. Right off the bat, I got to get the. No, don't always fall to the trap where you feel like you got to double defense it. That becomes a trap, ladies and gentlemen. That becomes a trap. Look, it all fits. It all fits so beautifully. Almost too beautifully, if you ask me. Look, Denzel Mims can rip shit up. You never fucking know. So we could turn around here again. Go Carter, Mooney, Komet, Wilson. And it can stay. Nikhil Harry. It's just too bad we're not using any of these fucking guys. White, Flacco, Simeon. Oop. So where are we? It's Carter, Mooney, Komet, Wilson. Again, you could trade out for any of these guys for any of those quarterbacks if you want to do it, but we're going to run naked. We're going to spend $20 on naked lineups. Naked meaning no quarterback whatsoever. We're counting on both quarterbacks to shit the bed. And these guys to be the ones left standing. Oh, we did this one. Do it. Braxton Berrios. Bet your ass. He can step the fuck up at any time. Done, ladies and gentlemen. Done. These lineups were a little quirkier, but we got two fucking busted up quarterbacks that really fucked things up. However, may fate decide your fortune if you should win. Blow your money right here on the new Pharaoh's Lounge Kickstarter. Look how pretty it is. Peace and love and war.